Look, you gave a very passionate speech. You've accused the United Nations Relief and Works Agency of encouraging the hatred of Jews. Can you take us through what you mean by these accusations against this United Nations agency?
Absolutely. I went to the European Union in Brussels to try and form a coalition to try and dismantle UNRWA. UNRWA is an agency of the United Nations that is dedicated only to perpetuate the conflict in Israel. It's dedicated only to continue to eternalize this Palestinian refugee status, and there's many issues with that agency. I want to take you a little bit back because you need to understand that the definition of a Palestinian refugee is completely different to a refugee from anywhere else in the world. The Palestinian refugee is actually a status that you inherit. It means that your grandchildren and great grandchildren, even though they were never in the conflict, even though they were born somewhere else in the world, were raised there, and their parents were born somewhere else in the world and raised there, they still hold this status. And the reason why they want to hold this status is because it became some of a professional, and it's actually profitable to hold this status because the United Nations is paying their welfare, their housing, their education. So who won't want to stay a Palestinian refugee forever, even their great great grandchildren? And that creates an issue
Mm.
when you look on Gaza. If you look on Gaza, 70% of the Gazan citizens are refugees. They are refugee in their own autonomy, on their own land,
Yeah.
and their great grandchildren who were born there.
Mm. And we,
Perpetuating this idea
yeah, and
is
we know the
actually what.
figures as well that Palestinians in Gaza are one of the fastest growing populations in the world. Sharren Haskel, thank you so much
Absolutely.
for joining us once again today. I always appreciate your time in the program.